same name as the playlist that we are listening to from Spotify today. Divine with me. Alright, so I am a psychic medium empath and I read energy. So we'll see what this card brings. I don't know, it could end up influencing the energy, or it could be a separate message for somebody. We'll see what happens. Alright, what message do you want me to read into for the collective? Spirit, their highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all. Know that you are protected. This is a safe, sacred space. You're always welcome to contribute in the comments. Just try to keep it balanced, if you please. Oh. Alright, well, this card's pretty straightforward. It's called the Faultline. Roman numeral XL1X. I believe L is 1,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's 10,011, 111, 110, 11, 1, 1,000 could all be synchronistic numbers for this read. Oh, if you're curious about what the last tarot quest was, it was the one that has Angel 144 in the title. So feel free to check that out if you'd like. I will probably link the full form version of that at the end of this video as well. However, I did drop a couple days ago all the 4 parts in shorter videos. Again, you can go to the community tab and always check the comments of whatever reading you're looking for. And I share the links down there. Sometimes I even pin them in the comments of the full form, so, you know, if you're catching this later, cool. So I say this card's pretty straightforward. I'm going to get into it now. Because it's just like black and white and gray all over, and it looks like a crack in a black crevice and what looks like fault lines and chaos cracking off to the sides. So I'm looking at this, I'm also looking at it as if it's almost the inside of a mountain. And the cracks, instead of it being a fault line, it's like the shape of the hills of a mountain. And the black thick line that could also look like a lightning strike. Not just a fault line or deep vein and then smaller little spider veins shooting out from it. There's multiple things I'm seeing here in this image. Any of those could be synchronicities. If you find yourself going, oh wow, I thought of that earlier today, or I saw that number earlier today, or I heard that name, or I was just thinking about that, those are synchronicities to definitely pay attention, because that means the message might be something you want to pay closer attention to, or at least the part of the reading that it's not a coincidence, okay, it's a synchronicity. There's a difference. So yeah, so this card, the fault line, if it was a mountain, it's like this depth buried in between the hills, in between these obstacles. Maybe you're trying to find depth and meaning between the sea of differences of obstacles, or, oh wow, and I just noticed there's like almost a face in the middle of this deep line if this was inside the mountain. It looks almost like an indigenous masculine face to me. I do indeed work with the land spirits of my land, and work with certain indigenous energies. Even though I'm not an indigenous person, it has to do with the sacredness of the land I live on. That felt important to mention for some reason. Perhaps somebody who's checking this out is indigenous or has family roots that tie you back to those cultures. They're right at the center of the line. Almost like, oh, like a family line. Oh, a shadow of a family line. Interesting. The black spot. The face almost looks angry to me, or very stern. It's like in the center of your blockages and obstacles is this stern, older masculine energy. So as far as it being like an actual fault line, let's move on to another interpretation here. It automatically, of course, makes me think of earthquakes, which makes me think of tower moments. And so the tower card is unexpected, huge change that has happened in your life. Usually it's the divine pushing you to change. So they have to create some huge thing in your life, maybe an obstacle, I'm just picking up on that energy, in order to shake you up and get you to act. That's for somebody. If this is like veins as a third group, it's like the lifeline. It's your blood flowing. It's the oxygen. It's what makes you flow and glow and live for. And something has created a huge passion and explosive action into your vision. And for some of you, your ancestors are there for you every step of the way, especially in the chaos. So if you do ancestral veneration, or you just like to talk to your loved ones from the past, whether it's wherever you speak to your loved ones, no matter where that could be, know that they are always with you. And if that creeps some of you out, know that you can always ask them to give you privacy. That was for someone. I have very strict boundaries with my past loved ones as a psychic medium, so, you know, you gotta have boundaries with the dead too. Oh, and that could be another thing. There's like a divide here. There's a divide of a family line for some of you. Now, the background of these fault lines and all, you know, the major black line in the center, and this is a circular oracle card. That might be visually important to somebody. There's a white border, and then the font is right at the top, the XL1X, and then the fault line title is right at the bottom. And both of them are inside the line of the circle, and then the white border outside. So something is highlighting this. For some, it's about family cycles. Perhaps some of you, it could be about disruptive family cycles. And there being a lot of gray area about how to deal with that. The gray in this picture is, it's speckled little black and white dots. Very grainy or staticky. Maybe you're confused about certain things about yourself that you haven't quite been able to grasp. Where the energies of the past and the energies of the present collide. I think that's all I'm getting from that for now. I hope that was fun for somebody. Some buddies. Hopefully more than one buddy. By the way, thank you if you subscribe. Like, super amazing. I'm a new channel. And I really enjoy doing this. I put out 1 or 2 full tarot quests a week. This is my second one for this